Hello everyone, I'm Roshana and I'm here with your December energy report, and I combine a message from a tree that I connect with that calls herself Henrietta and also the Council of Nine. So you get a combined report from nature and then from the heavens, you could say, from the earth and the heavens. And so yesterday I went into the small wooded trail where Henrietta is, and it was a beautiful warm day here in Nova Scotia, above average temperature, so a great day to be out there. And before I connected with Henrietta, I was just looking around, and there's a pond beside where she is with a little stream running off of that, and a beautiful stand of hemlock trees, and the squirrels were out chasing each other and playing, and it was just a really great experience to be there and just be present with that nature for a while. And so for the month of December in 2013, here is what Henrietta brought forward. And the first was coming from what I was just experiencing being there, because she said everything is love. The squirrels, the trees, the stream. So everything in our experience is love. That's where everything is coming from. So what are we bringing into our life experience is perfectly loving ourselves, regardless of how it looks. So more than an energy report, this is kind of an expression for us to have a better understanding of what we are creating in our lives right now. So regardless of what it looks like, if somebody's not responding to us the way we expect that they would or they should or we want them to, everything is perfect. Everything is love. And every response, every person that comes into our life experience is something that we've chosen to bring to us so that we can learn and grow from it. So if we feel love, that's beautiful. If we feel a little bit challenged, well, then that's something for us to look at what lies within us, where the beliefs come from that we feel like that shouldn't be that way. And a chance for us to grow into that, because we've chosen again to bring this into our life experience. So why would we have chosen that? Does it mean that we're not fully loving the self and therefore someone else is reflecting that back to us? So that's just something for us to be very aware of at this time. And she says that when we see it as love, we will have a different experience with it. So even though it may not be a situation that we felt like we would like to experience, if we can understand that everything truly is love, then we will even have a different viewpoint of that experience, and so we will process it differently. So just to have this understanding that everything that comes into our life experience is really love, even though it may look like something that is far removed from love. And so understanding that that experience is showing us something and discovering what that is, so that then we can change it. And if it was an unpleasant experience, once we understand what it's trying to show us, we don't have to experience it anymore. But until we have that understanding, it's going to keep showing itself to us. If someone doesn't respond the way we expect, but we trust their response is love, because everything in our experience is love, then we will look at it from a new perspective. And we can ask, what is love showing me? So regardless of what this experience looks like, say you just had a dispute with one of your coworkers, you can still ask, what is love showing me? Because it is love showing you that, even though it was a dispute, because it's showing you something that you want to learn and move through. End the year with joy and celebration. Also be clear about what you want 2014 to be. Your intent will help to bring that about. It was interesting because a few days ago, every year for the last 2 years, it started in 2012. I dedicated 2012 to healing. I dedicated 2013 to joy. And the interesting thing was, in 2013, I was thinking, okay, I can just decide this year is going to be full of joy, and that's that. And what I realized was I had to look at my sadness in order to find my way through to joy. And it's taken a good part of the year for me to do that. Now I can say I am in this place of joyfulness. I feel joyfulness bubbling up. But for me, it was suppressed for much of my life. But dedicating a year to something really keeps us focused on that, and then that's how I discovered that joy and sadness are two sides, different sides of the same coin. And so in order to have one, you have to be also aware of the other. And so I had wondered what 2014 will be, and I decided a few days ago that it would be love. And Henrietta is saying that love is what we need to be bringing into our lives at this point. She says, December is a month to consider closures, what wants to end. So letting go of things in our life that we see that want to end. So sometimes because of the energy shifting so much right now, a lot of relationships are ending. And if we want to hang on because we've been friends with that person for 10 years, even though we see it just naturally drifting apart, we're kind of holding on to the past in a way and not letting things flow the way that they are choosing to. So just to notice things that seem to be just kind of fading out of your life and really be okay with letting them go. Let those endings happen, because we're all moving into new beginnings. We're all shifting and changing so quickly that there's many new beginnings. So part of that is letting go of what was, so we can embrace the newness that wants to come into our life expression. So she asks, are you hanging on to something old? You must release what no longer serves you in order to welcome in the new. Clear the space for 2014. Set your intentions and let love flow in. The more love that comes in, the more there is to flow out. So the more we really do everything in our life that brings us joy, brings us happiness, brings love into our life. Don't ever think it's selfish, because denying yourself that is then denying the universe you in joy and you in loving what you do. The more we're in joy, the more we love what we do. Think of the energy that we're putting out there as opposed to forcing ourselves to do something that we really don't want to do, because our energy reflects out into the world. And so when we're forcing ourselves into something that is very hard and drudgery for us, we're putting that energy out there. I'm not saying to quit your job if you hate your job before you have something else lined up, or before you have a belief system that will align you into something else, but just to connect with the joy and connect with the love as much as you can, and to know that it's never selfish to be caring for the self and doing things that bring more joy and love for you into your world, because then you're reflecting that back out into the world. So then I connected with the Council of Nine, and I'm just going to read what they brought through, because it was more like a channeled message that they brought through. And I have lots of messages on my YouTube channel from the Council of Nine if you want to check some of those out. And also, I'll tell you now, I've written a book called The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Happiness. I think it's 360 pages of messages from the Council of Nine. And I'm receiving feedback that it just feels like a warm hug. And the messages are repetitive, some of them, about moving back into loving the self. That's really what the book is about us helping finding the way back to self-love, because then we create a life experience full of love. When we're not loving ourselves, we don't bring love into our relationships and into our life. But when we are, we live a whole different, happy, joyous life. So that's why they spent so many messages, 360 pages, helping us find our way back into that. So for the month of December, here's what the Council of Nine had to bring forward. And so it is that you find yourselves at the end of a pivotal year in the evolution of humanity. For you see, beloveds, you have now walked into a new existence. Nothing is the same as it was. The earth has transformed, and so too all her willing participants, those who walk in consciousness of the unfolding evolution of man. We are delighted with all that has transpired in this year of 2013 for humanity. Humanity has embraced a new evolution. We say that you will never be the same again. You are a new species, a species of light. You have proven that love will find its way out of the darkness. Oh, if only you knew the grand celebration that is happening. As you enter December and all your holiday celebrations, do an extra dance for love, a dance for joy in all that you have achieved. As for the energies of December, we would say to keep it light and joyful. Try to put any worries or concerns behind you. The more you focus on love, the more you will be ensuring that energy, the more you focus on love, the more you will be ensuring that energy is carried through into 2014. You are about to move into a year of great celebration. The planets are lined up to support many of you who have waited patiently for the rewards of your service. Know that what you aspire to in the beginning of 2014 is what you will see as the year closes. Be clear and focused on where you place your thoughts and what your intentions are. It is most appropriate to plan the year ahead with an overview so that you are not stumbling through. Then just be playful as it unfolds in the way that is perfect for you. 2014 will have a different feel than this year, so enjoy your last month of 2013 and celebrate with friends and family and loved ones, knowing that from here forward, love prevails. What a joyful message to deliver. We love you so. So it seems that they are really letting us know that we have found our way out of the darkness, so to speak, that love really is becoming the predominant force on the earth. And I'm really seeing that in things that are happening in the world, that things are no longer hidden because the energy that would allow them to stay hidden is not there anymore, and corruption is not able to happen because there's no energy to support it. So even though there still are wars on this planet and a lot of suffering, it is finding its way back to a more loving existence. And the more of us who are fully loving ourselves and walking in that expression of love, the more we're shifting the world into a place where it's joyful for all of us to be. So I wish you all a beautiful December. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates Christmas, and to all who celebrate other festivities. I wish you all a beautiful, joyous time, and thank you once again for being present.